Sis, I'm the best fit to bring this family into the future. If you had the chance to meet me, then you'd agree. Vivian, what on earth are you doing here? Udell, I swear, if you try to snatch this phone out of my hand when I answer, I'll scream to the rooftops and get Owen to have you arrested. Don't test me. My plan is to make up for my mistakes and make him the happiest man alive. We both know a simple smile doesn't come to him naturally, Miss Franklin. If you don't do as I say, I promise that you'll regret the day you ever cross paths with my family. Vivian, what can I do for you? I'm not here for anything, Mr. Russo. In fact, I came here to apologize. Sorry for overstepping by visiting Elvira's grave. What's going on, Quinlan? First, I want to let you know that I really did have a great time eating dinner with you, Ben. And I enjoyed my time with you too. But there's something I've got to tell you. Something which would have just ruined our date. What's the matter? Your mom stopped by my place earlier that day. She knows about us. Yvette, what's wrong, baby? I'm worried that she'll leave home again. What are you doing here, Udell? I came to let you know that your friendship with my wife is causing harm to my daughter. Vivian, you did not overstep. Anyone is allowed to visit Elvira's grave. But I never knew her, Mr. Russo. True, but I'm comforted knowing that my daughter is still being remembered after her case was solved. It's even brought me comfort knowing other strangers would leave flowers at her grave even before we found out Devante was responsible. If Mrs. Russo knows about other strangers paying their respects, then I guess that she could just do without my attempts to pay respect. How did my mom find out? She saw us kissing at the courthouse. Of course she did. Are you okay? I'm just fine. Your mother only wanted me to stay away from you. Of course, I told her that wasn't happening. This is the last thing I wanted to happen when we got back together, especially so early. Heidi doesn't scare me, Ben. She should. Where is this coming from? I've been hearing you and Dad arguing lately. Yvette, your father and I have had plenty of arguments, just like many other married couples. But I bet other couples don't argue like you and Dad do. I hear what you two argue about, so I know that Dad still sees Elvira Russo as his soulmate, even though she passed away before I was born. Once again, you're speaking for Wanda when she can speak for herself. Except this time, I'm not speaking for my wife. I'm speaking for my child. Can you at least explain how my friendship with Wanda hurts your daughter? Certainly. On Memorial Day, Wanda and I needed to have an important discussion. Except we couldn't finish the discussion since you wanted to call her. I only called Wanda because I needed to check up on her since you told your wife that she wasn't your soulmate. Vivian, I assure you that Mrs. Russo has no issue with you. I would really like to believe you, except every time the two of us interact, I feel this coldness from her. Don't take it personally. My wife is a woman who is just overprotective when it comes to my family. Believe me, Mr. Russo, I'm not trying to twist your words at all, but it sounds like Mrs. Russo sees me as a threat. Do you agree with her? Why should I be afraid, Ben? It's not like Heidi has any power over either of us. She's the DA, and she'll never let you forget it. She does have power, but she can't control me or you. We've gone against the likes of Devante and Adaku. I'm not gonna let your mother intimidate me, and I'm sorry that I'm talking about your mother as if she's some sort of villain. To you, she is. She made you her enemy, Quinlan. and an enemy of the Russos is in serious trouble. I won't play dumb with you, Yvette. Yes, your father did say that Elvira was his soulmate, which makes me worried that you'll leave home again. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. But for my sake, you'll stay married to Dad until I graduate high school. Despite the tough time I'm dealing with, I still love your father, Yvette, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to stay married to him. Does that include kicking Owen Grant out of your life? Don't speak on matters that you know nothing about, Owen. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Udell, I had to comfort your wife as she cried in my arms. You love it, don't you? You love seeing Wanda in pain. No, I don't. The last thing I want to see is Wanda being hurt. Let me correct myself then. You enjoy when she's upset when it involves me. Vivian, if I thought that you were a threat, then you would no longer be working here. I appreciate it, Mr. Russo. Since we've got that settled, I need you to focus on the good work you're doing for this company. Most importantly, continue being a compassionate person. Don't worry, I'm definitely focused on seeing Russo Jewelers' success. Alright, Ben, what do you suggest I do? You don't have to do a single thing. I'll handle my mother. Wait, I don't want there to be any more friction between the two of you. I'm still a Russo Quinlan. Having friction with family comes with the territory. Owen isn't the source of my issues with your father, but he has something to do with it. Mom, you might not see him as a threat, but I know Dad does. Don't you think Owen has a thing for you? Not at all. The two of us are friends. Owen only wants to be my friend. The two of us can go back and forth when we find ourselves in court and I prosecute someone you defend. I'm glad you remember that I practice law, which means I didn't pass law school and the bar by being stupid. In other words, I'm almost positive you want something out of Wanda, which is more than friendship. You need to leave my office, Udell. But before you leave, I suggest you figure out what you want in life before you lose Wanda for good.